What is up, everyone? Welcome to the second video today on Saturday, December 21st. If you haven't seen the first video today, go check it out after this one. My morning plane spotting session at Tampa International Airport during the Florida excursion. A lot of fun spotting was to be had there. So I'm making another video today because I just saw Gemini Jets. They just dropped the bombshell of a future release announcement. There is a lot of cool stuff in here, and I figured this would be worthy of a video real quick. But while we're at it, I'll go ahead and take a look at the other future releases that are up on the website as well. So we'll start from the bottom with some of the older releases that have been out as previews for a while, and then we'll work our way up to the brand new announcements that just came out today. So we start off here at the bottom, the first row, American Eagle Saab 340 and Qantas A220 with that abstract livery. We just saw Gemini announce a 400 scale release of it on Thursday, the 19th of December. So excited to see how that turns out. Then moving up, we have the 1-400 Delta MD-80 Ron Allen. 200 scale release came out in this most recent announcement. And then there's also another Pan Am 747 SP. Then we have the Kalitta 777-300ER Freighter, the first of its type for both scales, has not been formally announced yet. And then same goes for the next couple of releases. We have the Aeromexico 737-800 in the new livery, and then a United 787-8 in the Evo Blue livery, the first painted in that livery. I think Phoenix is going to be first to release this, as far as I know. Yes, they will be, because they have already they've already announced it, but I don't think the models have made it to retailers just yet. And then moving up, we have the United 787-9 with the Futurist SAF, which is short for Sustainable Aviation Fuel. This is the new special livery that has just started flying not too long ago now. And then moving up, we have the Saudia 787-9. It's that special livery. This is the National Day livery for the country, and it's a nice livery. I do like the little flair that it adds with the blue in there and the different colors. It's a very nice livery. And then we have the Antonov 225 coming in 1-400 scale. This is going to be an interactive series release, as Gemini has hinted at on their Instagram page. It's going to have an opening nose, as far as I know, and I think that's going to be the only interactive part, but there could be more. So that's been all of the recent future release announcements, but now here are some new ones that have been, this particular one rather, or this set of four, I should say. These have been out for a couple of days, but Gemini formally posted it on their Instagram just yesterday after they announced their December batch. So we have the Atlas Air 777. We have two regular configurations and then two interactive series, one for each scale. So nice to have that option across both scales. And now we move into some of the brand new future releases that just came out. I was scrolling through Instagram. I saw someone post something about one of the future releases, so I was really bamboozled by it, and I took a look at the website, and I just see a whole bunch of cool stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to make a video on this. And I usually don't do it for future releases that Gemini does unless they're really good, and we certainly have some good stuff here. So starting off, we have a couple of 1-200s. Here's a United 767-300 in the Star Alliance livery. This has the blue engines and winglets, and then also another Air Force C-17. This is coming from March Air Force Base. And then moving up, a nice retro on the left, a TWA 727-100, and then we also have a 1-200 scale Emirates A350-900. Hopefully they do some of those 727s and 400 scale. They haven't given that type much love this year, so hopefully 2025 will be different. And then we have a couple newer aircraft types. We have the Helvetic Airways E190-E2, so this will be, assuming this is out next, this will be the second release of this type. And then a TUI 737 MAX 8 alongside that, both 200 scale. Then we have a Mahan Air A340-600. So kind of out of left field for Gemini Jets. This is something that I would typically see Phoenix doing, or someone like Phoenix models that they would release this. But here we have Gemini planning to do this in 200 scale. So this is going to be pretty cool. And then we have a JetBlue A321neo. This is with the ribbons tail. They have not done this particular livery yet. And then we've got a couple more A321neos. We have a Jet 2 and an Iceland Air example. They just took delivery of their first not too long ago. And I believe they are XLR types, so just to mention with that Iceland Air. And then an Eastern 727-100, the polished bare metal hockey stick, and then an El Al 777-200 up in here. Very cool stuff. And then now we have a Cubana ATR 72. This is going to complement the 42, which has come out already. And then an Aerolíneas Argentinas 737 MAX 8. I think it's got some type of special sticker on the tail. I can't tell for sure. Oh, I didn't see this one initially. But on the right, we have a United 763 star line. So this is the same in 200 scale. And also this B-52 with some orange decals right around the cockpit area, the engines, and the tail. So if anyone knows about that, please leave a comment, because I am very curious to know what that's all about. But very cool military release will be coming in the future. Helvetic E2 up next, and then the TUI Max 8 as well. And then Jet 2 E321neo, and then this is going to be the release that I'm most excited for, and also a few others that I know. Midwest 717. It has been a very long time since Midwest has been done in 400 scale, and this release is definitely going to pop off for sure. So I will be planning to get this one in down the line. And then Kibana ATR 72 and LL 777-200 to round out the future release announcement. A very massive batch. I mean, good Lord, how many do we have? Because it is certainly a lot here. We have 22, just counting the ones announced today. So that's an entire release worth of future release announcements that have come out from Gemini Jets here. So trying to get their backlog out there ahead of the new year, which I certainly applaud them doing, because now we know there's going to be some cool stuff coming from Gemini Jets still as we head into 2025. So I'm really excited to see what else they've got down the line alongside all of these future release announcements. So as for me personally, what I would be getting out of this, just out of all the future releases, I'll just kind of go through the list just to play fair here. The Ron Allen Delta MD-88, I'm getting that when that comes out. Probably want to get the United 788, but I might get the Phoenix at some point if that comes out before the Gemini one does. The Antonov 225 Interactive, I'll be eager to see how their interactive mold plays up to some of the other offerings that we've gotten in 400 scale. Would be interested in the United Star Alliance 763. And then possibly, if Gemini is to do the Ribbons JetBlue E321 Neo in 400 scale, I will get that. So I assume that they're going to have both scales, but they don't have it up for both scales here. And same for the Iceland Air 2, which I'm a bit surprised by, but I assume they will do those two releases in both scales. And then that B-52 I'm definitely interested in as well when that comes out. And then, of course, the Midwest 717, which is, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, this is my cue to make a future release announcement video. And again, these are all future releases, so they don't have any formal ETA, but I imagine some retailers will probably have them up for pre-order. If you want to pre-order them now, it's definitely a bit of a gamble because you don't know when these are going to be coming out. Gemini has their own schedule set up behind the scenes, and they don't talk about it that much. So it's really just up to collector's choice if you want to pre-order them, if they are available at the retailer that you frequent from the most. So just be mindful of that. But otherwise, there's not too much else that we can really talk about here other than the fact that Gemini Jets has had an incredible 2024, and you'll see more of what has happened with them this year in my Gemini Jets 2024 year in review video, That'll be coming out on the 30th of December, which will be a Monday, so just right before New Year's. And this will recap everything that Gemini has done throughout the year, which has been a really fantastic one. A lot of retros, a good mix of modern aircraft, definitely a good balance between those two categories, and also providing a good focus on many different markets, a lot of the big ones from, North America, Europe, and occasionally hitting up some of the more niche markets that don't get a whole lot of coverage from Gemini, and mainly, you'd have to rely on other manufacturers like Panda or some of these retailer exclusives to cover those niche markets, because there's a lot of them out there, and I've heard collectors that have collections focused on those markets, they really want those kinds of things. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out as we move into the new year, and this hobby will continue to thrive for sure as we move into the future, and Gemini Jets certainly got a bright future ahead of them, given that this is what they've got in the pipeline moving into 2025. So that being said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.